Alright, so now that we have selected our document, okay, so whichever way that we want to work with it. So let's say I want to use the church flyer. Okay, now let me cross this information. Photoshop uses what we call layers. You can write it down. Photoshop works with layers. Don't forget this. Layers. Leyers. Photoshop works with layers. Every element that you bring, being a picture, being color, anything is called a layer. So don't forget that. Yes, Photoshop uses layers. Now, on top here, I've already explained it that we have the window, the help, view, 3D and everything. You see it has come. So the view, it has come. 3D has come. The moment I select my paper, you could see that they are all working now. At first the edit, some of them were not even here. You could see that still undo and other stuffs are not here. All right, now, so when you open it for the first time, I want us to do some small settings here. Come on top here. You have to pay attention to my mouse. Okay, my mouse cursor. Now come to top here. We have something called auto select. Make sure it is ticked. This small one, make sure it is ticked. All right, and then layers, we have something called layer. Make sure it is on layer. Okay, and then show transform controls. Make sure it is also ticked. Make sure you tick it. Tick this. Please note what I'm saying very well. Tick this. Make sure it is ticked. If it is like this, no, make sure it is ticked. Okay, now when you are done with everything, this is my paper, white. I want to start maybe designing something like this. I want to start designing like this one, or maybe a church flyer. Like I want to open to a church flyer so that we'll all have a look at it, like a wonderful and nice birthday flyer like this. If I want to work with it, then it means I have to change the background from white to this type of color. Okay, so let me go to Photoshop. All right, so on your left are called your tools. These are all your tools. Okay, yes, the first one is called the move tool. Even if you place the mouse there, it is going to give you a short video on how it is being used. Okay, that is the move tool. The second one is the rectangular mortgage tool. That one is used for cutting. Okay, so you select a portion of a part that you don't like, then you can cut it off. Now when you right click it, it has another sub tools in it. Okay, so we have rectangular mortgage tool, we have ellipse, we have single, and then we have single column and row. Okay, now every tool that you select has some settings on top here. So if I select the move tool, it has some settings here. If I select the rectangular mortgage tool like this, it has another settings here. If I select what we call the laser tool, the laser tool is also used for cutting. As you see, the video there is showing you select a portion that you don't like by rough. You use your hand, free hand, to do that, and then you cut it off. It also has some settings. Now when you right click it, it has another sub tool in them. Okay, so Photoshop is a lot. That is why people don't like it, but I'm going to make it so simple for you. Now the second one is what we call the quick selection tool. It's also used for cutting. So you realize that this one, the rectangular mortgage tool, the laser tool, this tool, which is the how do you call it, the quick selection tool, they all perform the same function depending on how you want it. Okay, so it also has another settings here. So when you right click it, you have another two tools in it. When you come to the second one, which is the patch tool or the crop tool, we already understand the meaning of crop. All right, when you right click it, it has another tools in them. It has settings here too. Move on to the next tool, which is the frame tool. I mean, we are not going to use all of these much. All right, we are not going to use all of them that much. Okay, then this is the eyedrop tool. I'll be explaining them. This is called the spotlight tool. Okay, we call it spotlight or spot brushing. That is what the those who edit pictures they normally use. All right, so we have the patch tool and all that there. We have the brush tool, okay, for brushing. All right, it has another tools in them, pencil tool, color replacement and everything. And then we also have the clone stamp tool. I mean, there are certain tools I don't normally use them, okay, I don't normally use them. This is also brush tool, or yes, the brush tool. When you right click it, this is also eraser tool. When you want to erase some parts, when you right click it, it has another sub tool there. Okay, so when you select the eraser tool, this is what it is. So anytime you select it and then you bring it and then you come and use it to do whatever that you want. This is another tool, which is the gradient tool, the paint bucket and everything. We'll be using them. Okay, so as soon as you select, I told you that it has another settings. So when you come here, blur tool, you come here, crop tool. This is how do you call it, dodge tool. All right, this is also pen tool, for maybe if you want to draw a shape and then you can use this for it. Okay, yes, something like this. All right, so that's just by the way. Okay, let me delete it. All right, okay, and this is the text tool. If I want to start typing, okay, this is my text tool. All right, you select it. When you select, you are going to see something like this. This is where your fonts are. Okay, these are all where your fonts are. Okay, now with that of the fonts here, what one interesting thing is that if you have any fonts, especially your Word, Microsoft Excel or PowerPoint, your font over there will appear here. If you download and install any font, it will also go there as well. It will go to anything that deals with typing on your computer. Okay, and then this is the typeface. If the font, some of the fonts are in family, some are black, some are bold and all that. And this is the size of the font. As I said, that every tool that you select has some settings here. So this is the size of the font. This is the sharpness of the font. Okay, if you want the font to be the left, alignment to be the left, to be the center, or to be the right, this is the color. If I want to change the color of the font, okay, and this is what you call character. Okay, I will advise you to always make sure you activate this character. Make sure that it is there, or it is here. You click on it and it is there. Let's try to type something. Yes, so I have clicked on the paper, okay, and then I want to type something like this. Fun it, okay, it will come. Let me allow, just let's give it some time. Very good, it is here. So after typing,